about the angle one. Let me talk about the angle one in a little more detail. What I try to separate isn't the disarm itself that's going to be happening. It's the way we get to it. A lot of times, angle two, please. A lot of times, the things that we see, you're not going. That's not how you're going to fight. That's what we call tool development phase. Okay. For example, if the number one comes, I can roof block. We all know the roof block. You could step 45. You could zone out and just go to work on the other limb. The problem is, once I do this, we're now on a sparring mentality if I didn't finish it. If I missed the hand on the way in, because even our deflections are head shots. Look at that. So let's say I didn't do that. Now what do I have? I've lost that beautiful deflection. I've lost that moment in time that short circuit him. So in reality, the way I approach disarming is that in real time, disarming is going to occur what I call inside the clash. So he's going to be doing 45 freeze. He's going to be doing a number one. Just go number one. Number one. Number one. Number one. Now, number one. Now, getting in that, he's only going about 60%, 50% of what he's normally could do. For some people, even that's scary, getting into that. So to make your disarms work, what I do is I add in a proper ingredient. It's called progressively introduced chaos. That's it. Progressively introduced chaos. So the number one comes. See, now I took his space. Now I'm inside. I'm securing him. Now I can go into my fight game. If he blocks it, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All this could occur. Then maybe the disarm. That's the reality of that's going to happen. It's going to happen when you join this clash right here. This is where you're driving to the wall, you're hitting. That's where the disarm may happen. So I want you to keep that in mind. You have the tool development phase of any technique, strategy, or concept. And then you have the functionalizing it phase. And to do that, you have to really strip it down to its core and progressively introduce chaos. So did you understand the concept a little bit? Did that help out
Yes.
on that? Okay.
Yes.
I know it's a lot, and we're moving super quick. So you talked about the number two. Okay, so this is the concept when you start training. Most people are going to start, every martial arts school is going to start at number one as their fitting angle. Every FMA school, Western sword fighting, just about every bladed art or system I can think of starts with an angle one. Okay? So when we start doing more than that, we call it training for compound attacks. So there's a couple ways. He can strip it down and just feed me the angle two in what we call a single direct attack. Now at first he can isolate it. Trip. Remember my acronym TRIP. T, you learn the technique. Or you put the technique through tons and tons and tons of repetition. I, you isolate that technique. And then P, that secret ingredient that most people miss, you progressively introduce chaos to whatever it is you're training. Okay? So what we're going to do right now is isolate it. He gives me the number two, freeze. So I'm here. With the number one, I can zone here and still do a pretty good safety-wise. Obviously, the number two, I have to change tactics. If I just block and try to check, all he's going to do is blow right through that defense, and it's going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. He's going to run me against the wall and hit me with whatever he's using to damage me with. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to step to zone to zero pressure. I step in almost a traditional front stance when I do it. Ideally, this is mine. I want to kill it. I want to kill it and band-aid it. Okay? This is called covering. I rarely check. In Magna Hook Kali, we rarely check at all. There are times, but they're just quick little transitionary movements. We don't use it as a definitive type of maneuver at all. Because when you check, I don't care if it's here, I don't care if it's up, I don't care if it's down, there is too much space for a screw up. But when I cover, I check his space. And I am I'm zoning to zero pressure. I'm constantly putting blunt force trauma or getting cuts if it's a blade. But best of all, I'm pinning his arms to the inside of his body. Okay? This could be it. So to answer your question on the number 2, the way I approach disarming, we hit and we hit. One more time. We hit and cover. Okay. Now, in reality, that's your disarm. That's your disarm. The stick in his throat, the stick in his eyes is this. But from here, when I hit and hit, so from here, when we're hit and hit, this, he's going to try to start getting it away out of my covering, pinning maneuver here. Okay, so he's going to either do this 2 different ways. First way is he's trying to bring it up to his head to add more defense because I'm hitting him. Okay. Second reason why he would want to get it out, decided to do the back door, come back with number 1, is to be able to try to use the weapon again. Okay. So when I close on him, that may do it. I always monitor the other hand. That's the shot, and then I just wrap it right out the door. I disengage. Now from here, the disarm is already there if I wanted it, or I could wait for him to throw that other hand. A lot of times when we wrap, we show all these disarms for the art, for the beauty of it. But on the street, wrapping it, and the best disarm now is just that he'll let go. He'll let go of the weapon. Okay? So I think the biggest difference that I like to stress is when I go to the outside, I like to cover it. I like to step on the foot when I can. And I alternate head, weapon bearing limb, head, weapon bearing limb. If I want to disarm, I can. If I want to disengage, I can disengage too.
Now I noticed that you still did a snake disarm, same as number 1, but it was different. What's the difference in those?
Well, yeah. You have what they call a standard snake. You'll hear that in a lot of different systems. And you'll have what they call a reverse snake. Beginners will mess up on the reverse snake immediately. Show this on you. Because they loop the hand like this, and then that punch is just there. It's easy to strip it or take the weapon from me or lock me with it. You want to act like I tell my students. You guys know the coffee cup, right? So y'all heard that many years. So when I go here, I act like I got a coffee cup in my hand. Don't spill the coffee. Don't spill the coffee. Don't spill the coffee. Don't throw the coffee in his face. That's on the weapon.
Okay.
So if you follow that little trick, don't spill the coffee, don't spill the coffee, throw the coffee in his face.
Sorry, Jay.
If you follow that little trick, you'll get that reverse disarm. So yeah, but the disarm that I chose was just arbitrary. I mean, snakes tend to snake the weapon. Don't think of a garden snake. Don't even think of a cobra. Think of a boa constrictor. You want to be as tight as you can. I mean, he's getting and this can bring us into a lot of the DuMog, a lot of the lockups, a lot of the secure positions. We could go so many routes with this. Okay? So I can snake his weapon. I can also strip the weapon. By stripping the weapon, you grab the weapon bearing limb in places that are conducive to this not moving when you put pressure against the thumb. In other words, I can't grab it here and think I'm going to strip him. That's a different technique all its own, right? So I have to either wrist or thumb tend to be a best position. So the next step with it is to not use as much possible with the weapon as you can, because the weapon is here. Punch comes. I mean, the weapon is here to be used for you, not to worry about disarming this stick, because hitting him is going to disarm the stick. So when I hit him, he may grab the stick even. That happens a lot. You struggle. There's the string. See, grab it. See? And then you just clear it and hit. Okay? You're the one with the weapon.